Shoot. Left side. Not as big as he looked with that beard, but that's a mature Merriam for sure. Oh man, I couldn't tell how close he was to you when I was calling back there. I saw him strutting all the way through the woods and he came out.
Sitting like right in here?
No, I was up. I shot him from the tree line up in there.
Oh really?
I was behind some of those trees. I had ranged him at, well, I'd ranged that grass patch to be 70 yards, so I knew if he was inside there, that with heavy shot I was good. So I think I shot him by 60 yards. But he dropped.
I couldn't tell when I heard that last gobble. I was like, he's got to be close. And right after he gobbled, you must have shot him.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to stretch his head out a little bit. But,
oh man,
look at this. Yeah, it is. Oh man.
Oh, so we were standing right here. So
yeah, it just.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see, I got little spurs on them.
Is that just a Gobbler?
Yeah, Merriam's tend to be. That one I got in Colorado was a giant because its spurs were an inch and like 3/16 or something. That's where a lot of the score comes from for them. So, got this with my 870. My grandpa gave this to me when I was 12. He'd killed 15 years straight with it before he gave me the gun, and I've killed countless turkey. She's getting pretty worn and beat up, but still does the job.
I was really surprised when you had the idea that to sleep in a little bit and go up and try to find those birds, that you're actually gonna be able to drum them up. I kind of thought that it would have been better to go at first light, but I also wasn't arguing the fact of sleeping in a little bit.
Well, I mean, as you saw with that hike, that would have been quite the haul in there. We'd had to leave camp at what, 5 in the morning, 4:35?
No, earlier, yeah, probably 4 to get there before first light, because I mean, where you ended up killing that bird was 3.2 miles from camp, and I did not anticipate the ups and downs. Even looking at the map, how many little ups and downs there were.
There's a lot of change in elevation there.
It was funny, but you know, I've never hunted Merriams. I've never seen a Merriam before, so it was like brand new to me. And when we got up in there and we got down, and you're like, this is like epic Merriam country, like you said that. And then we kind of like turned around because you had to get back, and you know, in a few minutes here you're going to be heading back on the road to head back and pick up your dogs and go back to work essentially. So we were just turning around, and you said you heard a gobble.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a crow, and I think Justin thought it was a crow.
Yeah, both you and Justin thought it was a crow, and I'm like, maybe it was a crow, because there were the ravens out here were going nuts when we were calling. So, but for some reason I'm like, it sounded different, because the Merriam's gobble is just a hair different from a eastern, and I don't know what, it just seems more jumbled together or something. But we had you stay back a little bit. We had an initial setup, but we changed everything up, because if I would have shot at that initial setup, every shot would have been sub 10 yards. Yeah. And with a full turkey choke, like, you're aiming with the size of a ping pong ball, so you have a lot of limitations there. Excuse me. But we moved up to the open field, or to the edge of the field. We weren't quite on it. We were probably about 10 yards back, so that we had a little bit of cover for our movement. You stayed 30 yards behind us calling, and I mean, that worked perfectly.
Yeah, well, it was funny. I hit the box call that last time, and he gobbled. I'm like, man, he's close. And then as soon as I thought that in my mind, you shot. Like, he was.
Yeah, I was watching him. There was kind of a nice opening there, and he was out on the other side. I saw him strutting, just caught his fan going through the trees, and like, I haven't had a turkey hunt like that in a long time. one that played out like how you think it should play out, you know.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that fan, he was probably 125 yards at that point. I was shaking. I was I was excited. And he slowly made his way. And like I said, if I would have been calling where I was at, I'm pretty sure he would not have come across that opening. He was looking, trying to see where they're at, but full strut the whole time. He ended up trying to swing around us, where if he would have went any farther to the left, definitely would have not had the shot. And
He probably ran me over, and I didn't have the shotgun.
yeah, exactly. So I pulled the trigger at 70 yards, and I've shot a turkey at that distance before with those heavy shot loads, and I mean it hit him. It was lights out.
Yeah.
I mean he dropped, and his wings were flapping and all that like they normally do, but he wasn't going anywhere.
I was tracking it on Spartan Forge, and I want to say round trip we were just over 7 miles going back through, but
I can see what my phone says. But yeah, it was definitely a haul. 7.3.
7.3.
Yeah, 7.3 miles, and it says we did 1,000. This is just my health thing app on the phone, but it says we did 100 flights of stairs.
Yeah. So
I don't know what elevation that is. I think it's a little over 1,000. I'm not sure.
okay.
But yeah, I mean it was a haul. It was exhausting,
Yeah.
especially getting warm. But man, was it
I think
fun.
we're all a little sunburnt.
Yeah,
Your
I think
face
so.
looks like it. But no, great experience. So I'm excited to go out. I think we're gonna pack back in and set up camp there for a day and see what happens in our front. But I was just super pumped to see you kill that bird and you go back to work, and we'll keep on hunting.